Good morning, Tracy Gary coming at you live from Shawnee, Kansas. I'm back. Mission accomplished. I got the bullfrog out of the window well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I just did a really short live about a huge bullfrog that was in our window well that I had to save. I managed to get him out of the window well, and now he is sitting under the ornamental grass, and so hopefully I gave the grass a lot of water in hopes of watering him, and hopefully he's smart enough to not end up back in the window well. But I'll check back for him when I get home later, and if he's in there, I'll get him back out. Okay, so what type of excitement have you had this morning? If you've had something exciting happen, share it with the rest of us, because saving the bullfrog was pretty exciting for me. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you today are a couple of tips that I think can really help you. And so the title of this is called Clean Out the Clutter. Hi, Clay. And what I mean by that is, do you have a junk drawer? We actually have a couple junk drawers. But if you have a junk drawer, probably you have all sorts of stuff in there, and the purpose of the junk drawer is so that in that particular room or area, you have items that you may need, or you think at a MacGyver moment you're going to need them, so you put them in there. But what happens when you actually want to get something out of there and you go to look for it? Right? You're shuffling through everything. You can't find it, and you swear it's in there, and you'll spend minutes, hi Jared, looking for whatever it is that you're trying to get out of the junk drawer. So that theory actually applies to your whole life. Good morning, Lisa. If you want to save time and at the same time maybe save yourself a little frustration, clean out the clutter. Let's start with mail. When you go to your mailbox these days, what does it usually contain? Probably mostly junk mail. I know that's what we get. And so you spend time sorting through the junk mail. You actually can, most of the junk mail you get has, in small print, very small print, it has an email address or a website that you can go to get yourself off of that mailing list. Now that doesn't work for everything, but there are some. The other thing you can do is just make a commitment to yourself that you're going to flip through the mail really quick, and magazines, good morning Tracy, magazines, other things that you probably don't need to spend time on, just automatically throw those in the recycle bin. The next thing is your email. How much time do you spend going through your email every day? And how many of those emails are some sort of promotional email? Maybe you ordered something online, maybe at one time you signed up for something. You should, instead of good morning, you should, instead of just deleting them, go to the bottom, look for the unsubscribe link, and unsubscribe for those emails. I am telling you, that will save you a ton of time. And I know a lot of email software today will put a bunch of that stuff in your junk mail and it'll go away, but occasionally stuff you want ends up in your junk mail. So I actually check out my junk email as well. So I just unsubscribe. So I think that's a good tip. The other thing, and this one's maybe gonna be tough for some of you, but look at your Facebook feed. What do you see? Is it a lot of positive, upbeat, educational, maybe just entertaining stuff? If so, that's great. But do you have somebody or some people that are constantly talking about how bad things are? Or maybe it is like listening to a country song where everything's wrong and you almost can't believe the number of bad things that happen to this person, but all you see from them is negative, bad, really things that'll bring you down. That's what you should clean out of your Facebook newsfeed. Go unfriend those people, because first of all, you don't need to be filling your mind with that. Second of all, right? Do you really want to listen to that every single day? Probably not. So that's what I've done. I've taken care of a lot of the junk mail. The junk mail I get automatically, yep, that's a train, automatically goes into the recycle bin. I have cleaned my email out a lot. And then as far as Facebook, I am pretty sure that I no longer have any of the stuff that I don't want in my newsfeed. And that's what I encourage you to do as well. So I hope you got value out of this. If you did, please drop me a comment. Share with me a story about your morning adventure. Let me know if there's, a junk drawer, if these tips helped you. Good morning, Brandy. And if you're getting value out of these lives that I'm doing, go ahead and click the button to subscribe so it'll notify you when I go live. And if you think there's someone else that could benefit from my messages, please share it with them. Okay, that's it for today. Be bold, be confident, and have fun, and have a fantastic Friday and weekend.